Welcome back to the Sun and Moon Tarot. Today we will find what is good and what is hidden. I hope you're well and staying blessed wherever you are. Hope you're enjoying life in general. This is a pick a card read. Your top cards, of course, the groupings will be 1, 2, 3, 4. Not a zodiac read like all the other reads on my channel. So you choose what you feel you are called to, Whatever you feel called to choose. You can choose multiple. You can watch these later. They are timeless. Just kind of pick what's guided towards you. These are the Gabriella Bernstein advice cards, and underneath of that I have 2 Rider-Waite decks that I've split up, so you have reads ready for you. You just choose which one you want to watch, or however you want to do that. I will eventually post timestamps for the groups in case you want to fast forward. Yeah, so if you're interested in booking with me or my Patreon or connecting with me in any way, that information is in the description box. Please feel free to like, share, subscribe. It does help my channel grow. So I think that's pretty much it for the day. We're gonna go ahead and get into it. Group 1 will be this card, the energy flows where my intentions go. Or excuse me, energy flows where my intention goes. Beautiful card. The universe has my back. All good mantras, right? Very good mantras if you do mantras. The third group will be this. My capacity to tune into the energy of love gives me the words I need when I'm ready to speak up, the compassion I need when it's time to forgive, and the power I need when I am lost. Love that card. Sometimes we have blocks, right, in our throat chakra, and we don't know how to talk, or in our heart chakra, don't know how to be compassionate, or in our solar plexus, have lost our power that we definitely deserve. Hope is the conduit for miracles is our final group. So you can choose multiple if you wish. You can choose one, either if you're not like immediately called towards one of these guide cards. I would pause the video and meditate and kind of just decide. I try to remind people in each of the pick a card videos, you can sit with these cards in your mind's eye for a little bit, and whichever one becomes more prominent, whichever one feels like you're called to you, or it's called to you, or like for example, a lot of times if I watch other people's pick a card reads and I do that, I will one will start to kind of like almost throb towards me, and to the point that I can't focus on the other cards. So, and I know that's my group, right? So if you feel called to do so, please go ahead and pause the video and meditate and try to decide which one you are supposed to watch. If you already know, we'll go ahead and get into it. Again, group 1, 2, 3, and 4. All right, group 1 is going to be energy flows where my intention goes. Keep doing that. My intentions go, or intention goes, whichever one you want to say, I guess. So I keep saying it wrong. Excuse me. My animals are sometimes distracting. I'm sorry about that if they're loud. So, without further ado, group 1, you've got dark green, light green. I am thinking that we'll do light green for this group first. I pulled these cards a couple days ago so that they'd be prepped, so I have no idea what is here, and I meditate beforehand, so this will be your second row and this will be your first. You've got the King of Pentacles, Temperance card, and the Page of Swords. Interesting first row. I don't know why I flipped these, but let's go ahead and just flip them and see. A lot of times I wait. So prominent cards here, you have air and earth. Those are the two zodiacs that are present. Temperance could represent a Sagittarius, but it is a major arcana. So air are the swords, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, the energy of thought or intellect in the tarot. Pentacles here represent earth signs, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, the energy of money in the tarot. Interesting group here because it's energy flows where my intention goes, right? So it's just an interesting read in my opinion for you. We'll go ahead and get into it. The King of Pentacles is a beautiful card. He is the king of money. He is the king of abundance, right? He does represent prosperity, abundance, provider energy, and sometimes generosity. The ability to give as you do have quite a bit. The Temperance card is also a really beautiful card. Middle path, patience, finding meaning. It is the only major arcana for your read, so it does really, it's a significant card as it's spirit speaking, or whatever you believe in, the universe, etc. Ultimately, whoever you feel is God or gods, whatever you align with, that is speaking to you through those spirit cards. The elemental cards are minors, right? The Page of Swords for the final card for your first row. This will be your current to recent past energy, and this will be your future. The Page is a court card as well, so you have two court cards here in your first row. He does represent curiosity, restlessness, and male energy. So it might be that you are presented as this King of Pentacles, and you're trying to take a middle path on life, and it's causing some sort of curiosity for you, right? You're trying to be this, or you are, excuse me, you're not just trying to be, you do appear as this. You are abundant, you are a provider, you are generous, and you're prosperous. You take the middle path with most things, or you have been recently with that Temperance card, and you're trying to find like a balance in your life so that you can be patient and kind of control where that energy flows in your life. Not just your abundance, but how you direct it, right? So the Page of Swords is you in the current energy to recent past, really considering that, like in your mind's eye, and however you see that kind of a thought process, right? You're really considering it in terms of, it's almost making you restless. That's how curious you are about how like the energy flows and how your intentions control that. And so finding that middle path and having that patience is a way for you to control the way that energy flows in your life. So for your second row, your future, you've got the Nine of Pentacles, the Knight of Swords, and the Ten of Pentacles. This is a brilliant future read. And what I mean by that is these are very good cards. The Nine of Pentacles represents fruits of labor, reckless spending, and rewards. You having excess enough, finding that balance, that patience in your current energy to recent past to where it's gifted to you in the future. Your energy is flowing towards good intentions. The universe sees that, and they see that you're willing to work hard and put in the effort to continue to grow. So it really does represent a monetary gain or a money gain. The Knight of Swords is a court card representing action, impulsiveness, and defending your beliefs. So you might be, as you're growing more patient, you're recognizing through this curious energy that you do create abundance, that you bring it with you, and you have that ability. You might have heavy earth in your chart to where that's kind of like the biggest point in your life that you care about. And you're really recognizing with this card in your future that energy really does flow where your intention goes. So if you're focusing on creating more and being that abundant energy, it will only create more for you. The Ten of Pentacles is the final card here. It does represent legacy, inheritance, and culmination. You could be inheriting money, but a lot of times it has to do with building that future. I like to point out the old man a lot in this photo, and him looking at everything he has, not only the dogs, but his children, his grandchildren, the ability for him to have this true throne to sit upon. He has the abundance to live in the city. He has the abundance to create what he needs to grow. If he chooses to grow, like, I realize that you don't necessarily want to grow grapes. That doesn't have to be a very, like a specific thing to you, even though it could be. It's more so a representation of you continue to produce, right? Always. And like, this is something that will never falter for you, because it's something that really matters for you, building your future in a way that creates almost not only a stable future for you, but those that you love. Fair enough. Again, back to that provider energy. Always creating, always focusing on where your intentions go, so that you can continue to create that action in your life and build towards what you wish. Again, it could be an actual inheritance that you're gaining, that's allowing you to move forward in some way, but a lot of times it has to do more so with legacy and building that legacy. Group 1, I hope you enjoyed the content. I always enjoy making it. Have a beautiful day. Group 2. The universe has my back. Beautiful card. If you know very much about Gabriella or Gabby Bernstein, this is one of her books, and this deck is actually the Universe Has My Back guidance deck. It's a mantra that a lot of people use to really create what they wish in the world, but in a really positive way. So caring about 33, caring about that energy of I have the ability to work with the universe, and therefore, as I'm doing the highest good for myself and others, the universe has my back. The universe continues to create with me, right? Beautiful card, beautiful mantra. If you're interested in that, I do suggest you try mantras if you've never have. Some people kind of are shocked about how they can work for you, but they are intense. Mantras are intense, and they control how you manifest in this world. I think we're going to do dark green for this group first. I'm not sure why, I just felt called to do that. Two of Pentacles, Page of Wands, and Wheel of Fortune. Beautiful first row. Goes along with your guidance card quite a bit. I'm going to go ahead and flip your second row. I don't know why I'm doing that for these reads, but I am. And then we will, of course, read that in your future. So this is your current energy. The top row is your current energy to recent past. The bottom row will be your future. You do have earth here, fire, and water for your elemental cards, and one spirit card. So one major arcana, the rest are minors. Earth signs would be Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. They do represent money in the tarot. Cups do represent emotion in the tarot. Any water sign of Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces in terms of housing. The Page of Wands is fire, Sagittarius, Leo, Aries, the energy of passion, creative passion in the tarot. So I feel like we already kind of, I didn't mean to go over that in your intro. I did not realize that this would be appearing, but the Page of Wands and these cards in general are really talking about you making higher good decisions with that Wheel of Fortune, and like learning how to manifest, because the universe does have your back. So let's get into that a little bit. The Two of Pentacles is going to be balancing decisions, priorities, and adaptation. So it can be any of the three, or it can be all of the three definitions for this card, but it really, a lot of times when it appears, it has to do with you really focusing on sometimes money, but ultimately balancing that kind of earthly energy of how am I grounded, how do I adapt so that I can be more grounded, how do I create what I wish, how do I balance my priorities and my decisions so that I can really work with that highest good energy, right? The Page of Wands is an interesting second card for your current energy to recent past. It's a court card, which represents exploration, excitement, and freedom. So really coming to terms with the balancing act and this is the balancing act, and this is your guidance card, right? So you might try doing mantras for the first time and realize how it helps you to see more clearly, so that you're able to manifest with the universe for not only your greatest good, but for others. It really does represent being in this free energy of, okay, I'm gonna balance this, and this, and I'm gonna work towards this because this is what I want. And the universe does have your back through this. The Wheel of Fortune being that final card for your first row. Spirit, Major Arcana speaking, or whatever you believe in, the universe, God or gods, etc. The Wheel of Fortune is fate, karma, destiny, fortune, and cycles. So as you adapt and create this freedom in your life and this understanding of how you are working with the universe to create your highest good, cycles will change for you. You're recognizing that this is your destiny, that you are what your destiny is, how to create fortune, and how to work with fate in your life, right? So beautiful first row. Again, current energy to recent past. So you might have already experienced this and are now moving into this energy, or you're about to experience this, right? Depending on how this plays out in your timeline. So the Knight of Cups, the Page of Pentacles, and the Nine of Cups. Beautiful second row for your future. A lot of water, a little bit of earth. So the Knight of Cups and the Page of Pentacles are court cards, right? It's interesting to me because you have the Page of Wands and the Page of Pentacles appearing consecutively, or in the same row if you wish. Not row, but row. And then with the Knight of Cups, so 2 court cards and this Nine of Cups being beautiful. The Knight of Cups, sorry, got a little stuttery there. Then we are in a Mercury retrograde right now, and I have major Gemini placements, so yay. My communication's a little bit off right now. The Knight of Cups is the energy of idealistic thought, romanticism, or romantic thoughts, or romantic behavior, and following one's heart. So as you've adapted and recognized that you're working with fate and that highest good energy, and that the universe does have your back, you're moving forward in your future with this idea of like, I'm going to follow my heart. I'm going to trust that I have the ability to continue to adapt and to continue to create in your future. With the Page of Pentacles being ambition, desire, diligence, and craving a new venture, you're creating what you wish. It's that simple. You're moving forward with what your heart tells you to do. You're working with your ancestors, with your guides, with your gods, whatever you believe in, the universe, spirit, etc. And you're creating quite a bit of abundance here. It's not only money, but it's also emotional well-being that you're creating for yourself, which is, of course, absolutely beautiful. Who doesn't want to have that ambitious drive so that they can create their highest good, right? What works for those around them and them, so that they are absolutely in connection, and continue to create because of that connection. The Nine of Cups represents satisfaction, luxury, and emotional stability. So finally you're gaining that. You're seeing, and he does represent that card. This card does represent that. Having these cups filled, having the ability to feel emotionally well and abundant so that you can continue to create, knowing that the universe has your back, that you're not alone even if you are alone. Fair enough? The Nine of Cups is a beautiful emotional card, which really does represent that, having emotional satisfaction. So as you're ambitious and creating new adventures, you're following your heart and you're creating that with the universe. You're able to continue forward and create that emotional stability that you wish. Beautiful read. I hope you enjoyed the content. I always enjoy making it. Have a beautiful day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Okay, group 3. This is, oh. Dropping cards. Don't mix up the cards. Whoops. Hold on 1 second. I'm throwing stuff. Okay. So group 4 tried to follow all over group 3. Sorry about that. And if they did flip any cards, I don't think they did, but if they did, then I'm sure it's meant to be, so I wouldn't worry about it. I'm not going to. I hope you don't. So the advice card I'm going to show, because it's a longer read card than the rest of them, a little bit harder to see. My capacity to tune in to the energy of love gives me the words I need when I'm ready to speak up, the compassion I need when it's time to forgive, and the power I need when I am lost. You are never alone, group 3. You are always surrounded by your ancestors and your guides. They do love you. They do want the best for you. So does the universe. I think we all forget that sometimes, that we do have the ability to create and to connect, and to when we feel ready to speak up. For this group, we're going to do dark green first as well. So you've got, this is your recent, past, current energy here. You've got the Knight of Cups, beautiful card. The Two of Wands and the Queen of Pentacles, also beautiful. Beautiful first row. For your second row, it's a little more intense, to be honest with you. You've got all air here. The Two of Swords, the Seven of Swords, and the Eight of Swords. Very intense card, or very intense row. So let's go ahead and get into your read. This court card of, excuse me. So you do have air present. That's any Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, the energy of thought in the tarot. You also have every other element in this read. No major arcana, all minors. However, you have every element. So Earth here with Pentacles, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, the energy of money in the tarot. Fire signs here appear with that, the Wands. They do represent Sagittarius, Leo, Aries, the energy of creative passion. Cups do represent water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, the energy of emotion in the tarot. So the Knight of Cups is the energy of idealistic thought or idealistic behavior, romanticism, romantic thoughts, romantic behavior, and following one's heart. The energy of love gives you the words, correct? This is very interesting. We'll get into this future row. It is very intense, but I'll explain it more when we get there. That Two of Wands is going to represent planning, making decisions, and potentially leaving home. So as you come up with whatever love you need to gain the courage that you need, you're planning something, how to follow your heart ultimately, and to work towards what you wish. So whatever plans you start making, you're trying to it would seem like you're trying to make a decision to move forward away from something that's toxic in your life, but we'll get into that in your second row. You're following your heart here. You're planning to move forward in a way that you see how he's grasping the world and looking out at, like, canvassing basically. Where might I go to make this happen for me? Should I leave this place and move to a completely different place, a different home, a different state, a different country? Should I just look upon the world and kind of consider what decisions that I'm going to make here, right? And having that creative passion in your energy so that you're like, I'm really going to follow my heart here. I'm really going to make these plans because I want to be this compassionate person, this forgiving person, and I do need the power to move forward. So how do I do that? With the Queen of Pentacles being the Queen of Earth, she is practicality, creature comforts, and security. So whatever decision you make, this is you, the Queen of Pentacles. The gender doesn't matter if you're a male or a female. So ultimately, she just does represent that energy of, I'm going to be practical here. I'm going to create security in my life, and I'm not going to continue to be lost. I'm going to move forward in a way that I can continue to create compassion in my life. So that's a beautiful current energy to recent past. Excuse me. So for your future, again, it's a very intense row. So the Two of Swords is making a blindfolded decision. As you can see, the character is blinded. The moon is here, so it does represent what is hidden. And She has 2 swords, so she's thinking about 2 different lines of thoughts. It's really stalemate, indecision, and difficult choices. You, with the 2 of swords, it always represents having to make a blindfolded decision, not having all the information that you need, but kind of intuitively following your gut so that you can create what you wish. Knowing you have to make a decision and coming to a decision regardless of what information you do have. So, yeah, that's an interesting first card for your future. The 7 of Swords is kind of a darker card. It does represent deception, trickery, tactics, and strategy. At a low end, this is you strategizing on how to leave something that's toxic for you, that you don't have all the information on. On a high end, it's either yourself or others being deceptive and playing tricks. You see he's sneaking off from the camp, holding as many weapons as he can carry, and he's doing it in a behavior that, I mean, like, it's like, if you've watched Dora Explorer, it's like swiper no swipey, you know? He's like literally swiping things that they need and sneaking off. That doesn't really get, I mean, it's definitely trickery, it's definitely deception to an extent. A lot of times when this appears in this way, we'll get into the 8 of Swords in a second, but that's why I'm saying this. You're making a blindfolded decision because someone in your life or people in your life are very tactical and they play games and they aren't honest with you, and you're just tired of it, you know, like, and it's in the same row as that 2 of Wands. So it's like, I'm following my heart, I'm making decisions, I'm creating this life that I want. I'm not going to continue to deal with this. I'm going to make a decision regardless of how many lies this person, like, you might not know that this person is lying, you might not have the evidence, but you just know in your gut that something's off. And you feel like that all the time, you know, like, or people that they just don't have your highest good and kind of like your and your needs. They don't care about that. And with your guidance card here, you're getting the words that you need to speak up, right? You're walking away from this energy of, I don't know, so I'm just going to deal with it. No, you are a compassionate person, and you deserve the ability to forgive yourself for this continued path, and to forgive others and walk away so that you can create a higher good for yourself. The 8 of Swords is your final card for your future. It does represent imprisonment, entrapment, and self-victimization. On a high end, someone's lying to you to keep you blinded. They're manipulating you, they're using you in a way that's not good. And they're doing so in a way that, like, it could be somebody that always plays games, that does not intend on stopping. They're gonna just continue. They don't want you to leave though, right? And 22 is present. Oh shoot, I might know a lot about this group. Sorry. Okay, anywho, if you're interested in numerology, 22 could be of importance to you. It's an interesting number to look up. So this 8 of Swords is the energy of really recognizing how you allow someone to do this to an extent. If it's self-victimization, you know, you're allowing someone to do the tactics, the strategy, the deception in your life, and you're walking away from that because you're tired of it. You don't have evidence per se, but you're just kind of like, I can't be wrong, you know, like, you don't follow through on like low end stuff, and I feel like you're lying to me about other things too. And I mean, deceptive people are going to continue to be deceptive, and a lot of times you don't realize until it's too late that they're using you. So you're really coming up with this energy here of, like, I am going to tune into the energy of love, and I don't feel that with this person. I don't feel that they love me, that they have my highest good, and I'm going to speak up about it, but I'm not going to let them steamroll me into just dealing with it. I'm going to be compassionate enough to forgive them, but I'm also going to simply walk away, because you need that power. You need that self-preservation power to not remain lost, so that they can continue to take advantage. That's really what I have for you, group 3. I know that seems like a dark read, and I'm sorry if that is kind of like a damper on your day, but you have to have the personal power to trust yourself and to move away from people that play games and make you ultimately their kind of victim. There's no other way to put that. On a high end, this could be literally someone like convincing you to do things that will get you into trouble, and you could get imprisoned for that. Literally, you could go to jail for that. So like, always consider that people might not have your highest good. Don't just allow them to manipulate you into doing things for their highest good. If it's not good for you, then don't do it, right? Group 3, I hope you have a beautiful day. I appreciate your time always, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Group 4, final group of this reading. You have Hope is the Conduit for Miracles. Beautiful guidance card. Having hope, right, does absolutely create miracles in our life. It creates that ability to persevere ultimately through things that you might not otherwise. You might give up instead of being hopeful. So for this group, let's do light green first. Recent past to current energy here with the Two of Cups, the Page of Cups, and the Ace of Wands. Beautiful energy here. I'm going to go ahead and flip your second row. I've been doing that for this particular read, or a group of readings, excuse me, and I kind of like it because I can do all the elements at once. So you have Cups appearing, water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, energy of emotion in the tarot. You have Wands, which are fire. They do represent Sagittarius, Leo, Aries, the energy of creative passion. Finally, you have Pentacles. The Pentacles are earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, the energy of money in the tarot. All minor arcanas, all elemental cards, but you have quite a few powerful cards here. Court cards, a king, and an ace. Beautiful cards. So, excuse my water break. Hope is the conduit for miracles, right? So for your recent past to current energy with that Two of Cups, it's unity, partnership, and connection. It usually represents, the Two of Cups can often represent a new romantic endeavor, but it can represent any type of like unity, partnership, connection that you could possibly have with another. It usually does have to be an emotional connection. That's why people tend to read it as a love card. However, this is a general read, so it's simply having hope in those around you and building a relationship with someone or multiple people. The Page of Cups, being a court card for water, does represent happy surprise, dreamer, and sensitivity. You are, through this hope energy, you're manifesting some sort of a relationship that really brings you emotional contentment, it would seem. With that page there, it's some sort of a surprise that you're not expecting, so it could definitely be a new relationship blooming and you having hope in that energy around you, so it creates this kind of almost miracle. You're not expecting it, but it does appear. You're just having hope and trying to create with the universe, therefore a miracle appears, a happy surprise. The Ace of Wands, the Ace of Fire, creation, willpower, inspiration, and desire. I really think this is probably about love for most people. Like you being able to, through hope, manifest some sort of a new inspirational relationship. If it's not love, it's still a connection of some sort. That's a complete happy surprise. It creates inspiration, desire, and the ability to have emotional connections in your life so that you feel like you can manifest, and it brings you more hope. So that's your recent past to current energy. For your second row, the Knight of Pentacles is a court card, of course, for Earth. It does represent efficiency, hard work, responsibility. I think ultimately because you're inspired and you have a filled cup, that filled emotional cup, you're able to be more efficient, be more responsible, work harder, through all burdens in your life, right? So the ten of Wands, what I mean by that is accomplishment, responsibility, but also burdens. So working hard and creating what you wish and being efficient regardless of whatever burdens are present, because you continue to have that hope. I think that all of us kind of need that connection to an extent with many people or some people, and it varies on, of course, on if you're more extroverted or more introverted, on if you need a group or a single person to help you with this manifestation. But ultimately, with that hope card, you're really coming to terms with this new emotional energy, and it's inspiring you to the point that you're able to be more efficient, to work harder, to carry yourself through burdens, and to be this passionate energy of creation. Your final card being the King of Earth, abundance, prosperity, provider energy, generosity. This is you. This is you continuing to be able to be abundant, and ultimately it would seem like for this read that because you're allowing hope to direct you and create miracles in your life, that you're just seeing more and more miracles. It just keeps building on itself. A translucent relationship that comes through and creates emotional contentment for you, which allows you to be inspired, and you being able to be more efficient and work through any burdens in your life because of that, which allows you to become this energy. So regardless of if it's romantic or not, this new relationship really sparks for you this walk where you're just continuing to be more hopeful. You're continuing to see the miracles in your life. If you start off with, if you do the attitude with gratitude, of course, or attitude of gratitude, and you're starting small, so you're just being thankful for things that you have in your life, you, with that type of thinking, you'll continue to see more things that are you're kind of content with, that you realize are miracles in your life, and it'll create for you more miracles in the future. This is ultimately you. This is you being able to be abundant because of that. You creating more miracles, having the ability to work hard and create prosperity in your life, and to be generous because of that. Having hope creates kind of a beautiful world for you, my group 4. I hope you enjoyed the content. I certainly enjoyed making it, and I hope you have a beautiful day. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.